Minister Rohi calls on David Granger not to use security sector as a political football. Bartica IMC receives $14.7 million in assets under the Clean Up My Country program. Home Affairs Ministry concerned over Napoli's nationals' presence. Local Government Ministry concludes Region 1 outreach. And Commingsburg occurred as sham and anti-constitutional. Good evening, I'm Shivani Rampasad with this GINA News Capsule. Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi has accused opposition leader David Granger of conveniently choosing not to recognize the progress of the security sector. He pointed to the police's recent call to all political parties not to use the force for political mileage, noting that the force was making every effort to improve the quality of service it provides and to gain public trust. Minister Rohi stated that the opposition leader has set himself up as the guru for the security sector in Guyana and tries to convince the nation that no one else but he has all the answers to the security situation in the country. The Bartica Interim Management Committee, IMC, has received equipment for the sustenance of the cleanup program. Colin Crowell, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, handed over a mini excavator, 1 tractor and trailer and 25 bins. The mini excavator will be in the custody of the RDC and will serve Bartica and neighboring communities. The tractor and trailer will be assigned to the Bartica NDC. The solid waste receptacles are intended to be utilized to help to address the issue of littering in the community. The Ministry of Home Affairs has expressed concern that large number of Nepalese nationals found illegally in Guyana are the victims of being trafficked. The ministry indicated that 12 Nepalese nationals who were arrested at the Charity Police Station on December 4, 2014 were guaranteed small periods of stay in the country. Then from October 14 to 17, 2014, a group of 14 Nepalese nationals were encountered in Mabaruma Region 1. Based on these details regarding their conduct and their travel patterns, the ministry has concluded that these individuals were intended to be victims of trafficking in persons. The ministry is encouraging the general public to contact the Trafficking in Persons hotline on 227-4083 or the nearest police station if indications of possible acts of trafficking in persons are observed. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Norman Whittaker met and engaged with the residents of various communities in Matakai Sub-District Region 1. The meetings were aimed at garnering the views, issues, and concerns of the communities, enabling a proper response towards continued development. The minister acknowledged that the roads are a major concern in the region, and he pointed to the Matthews Ridge barometer linkage and how this has been allowing easier access to the mining communities. Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal noted that the terms and ramifications of the Commingsburg Accord signed by the APNU and AFC cannot be implemented since they are not accommodated in the Constitution. He said the accord is flawed and is proposing the subversion of the supreme law of the land, the Guyana Constitution. AG Nandlal pointed out that whilst the Constitution of Guyana provides very clearly that the President is the supreme executive authority of Guyana and as the head of state, quote, the powers that devolve on him are very specific, and if he fails to abide therein, he can actually be removed from office. More so, the judiciary is independent, unlike what used to happen in the pre-1992 era, end quote.
The document professes to imbue these persons, assuming that they win the elections. This is what they have signed on to. And what is even more bizarre is the fact that every constitutional office holder, starting from the President, Prime Minister, and every Minister of Government, would be required and is required to take an oath to uphold that Constitution. So immediately after that oath is taken, that office holder is then placed in a precarious conundrum. To which document which document will he obey? Because the documents are conflicting. And if you do not obey the Constitution, which you have taken an oath to uphold, you are liable to be removed from any of the offices to which you would have been appointed. So the document itself has some deep philosophical and constitutional defects, and I don't know how they will reconcile them. Fortunately, I am of the view that they will not win the elections.
It puts the presidential and prime ministerial candidates in conflict with the Constitution and places them in a very invidious position vis-a-vis with the provisions of the Constitution. Thank you for watching this GINA News Capsule. Do join us again. I'm Shivani Rampasad. Good night.